everyone, and welcome to another episode of Better Than Robin Hood, where we are on the never-ending quest to find a movie not just better, but cheesier, more exciting, with more romance, with more excellent performances
Bigger.
than Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. I am Pete Langhout.
I am Frances Langhout.
You are my wife.
I
Your
am.
favourite movie is Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
Yes, don't mistake it for the one with men in tights. Not
No,
that one.
Although that is a good film.
No, it's not.
I think it's alright.
It's alright.
Yeah, it's not the best. It's not the best Mel Brooks movie by a long stretch.
This
Yeah.
is the one with Kevin Costner in.
With Kevin Costner, that's your favourite movie. So, as a cinema nerd, that just bothers me far too much.
Why?
Because there's so many awesome films out
There
there.
are, but this film has everything.
Well, this week, it's going up against some stiff competition.
I don't think so.
We'll get to that later. So what have you been up to this week? I've been hearing you've been hobnobbing with royalty.
I have. We went to St. James's Palace.
It's alright for some,
I
isn't it?
met the Countess of Wessex.
Which one's she?
She's the blonde lady.
Blonde lady? I don't even know who that is. That's Zara Tyndall.
No, the Countess of Wessex.
I don't know who that is. What's her name?
Oh, God, I've forgotten now.
What did you call her?
What
The
did you
Countess.
call her? Your Royal Highness.
Let's call her Your Royal Highness.
Yeah, when you meet her.
She's not even high up.
Yes, she is.
Countess of Wessex.
She's our patron saint, isn't she?
No,
For the
our
QAs.
patron saint is St George.
Whatever,
The
patron.
Queen's like the commander-in-chief of the whole army there.
Yeah, I know, but that's the Queen.
Prince Charles has got like all different uniforms. He's like plays
Yeah.
dress up and his mum puts medals on him.
Yeah, I know.
He got promoted to Field Marshal not long ago. That must be nice.
Yeah, I know.
Be nice with your mum telling you you're...
I can't believe I can't remember what her name is now.
I thought it was Zara.
No, Sarah. I'm sure it's Sarah something.
Not Sarah Ferguson. Oh no, she's not part,
No.
she was never a blood royal, was she? It wasn't Beatrice or Eugenie, was it?
No.
No?
This lady is beautiful. Like,
Alright.
she is beautiful.
Well, listeners, answers on a postcard. Who is the Countess of Wessex? The first one to answer who the Countess of Wessex is will get a special prize.
I'm hoping, because I just got an email saying that the pictures are ready. And because I got to meet her,
You might
I'm
be able to
hoping
put a
there's
picture up.
and
Yeah.
we can put it up on the podcast.
Well, okay, first one to tell us who the
Yeah.
Countess of Wessex is gets a prize.
So I
haven't
don't
decided
know
what it is
her
yet.
real name because I just know her as the Countess of Wessex.
Postage UK only. Anyway.
So yeah, I got a bit
so
merry.
got getting drunk with the royals. Yeah.
Yeah. They don't feed you right in those places though, do they?
Did you only have vol au vents?
No.
No?
Canapes.
Yeah, same thing, isn't it?
And the only one that was really nice was the beef one.
Were they from Iceland, do you
I
think?
don't know. And they-
Times are hard for the royals. They've got to spend a lot of money doing up Buckingham Palace, haven't they?
I know.
Yeah, they'll be on mashed potato pistols and
Boiled potatoes.
just hot dogs cut up and put on cocktail sticks. That kind of
Pineapple
thing.
hedgehogs.
Oh, mate, I love a pineapple hedgehog.
I know. Why don't
Yeah.
you just call me mate?
Don't know. Sometimes when I exclaim things, I'll just go,
Yeah.
"Oh, mate." Anyway, I've had a busy week as well.
Yes, you have.
I've been very worried about no deal Brexit, so I've decided to start hoarding money. So I thought, right, how can I get some extra money? So I've been out Uber driving this week. I've been doing that at night in London.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Would you believe it? This strains all kind of credibility, but would you believe it? My very first customer who got into my
gosh.
Uber was none other than Hollywood director, movie legend Quentin Tarantino.
Well, that's very, very.
I know. What are the
convenient.
chances? What are the chances? Well, come on. I've got to ask Quentin some questions. And he was
Right.
actually, like, at the beginning of the ride, he was very sort of welcoming. And then something happened in the interview that made him a bit hostile.
Oh, right. Did you try and kill him again?
No,
Not
I didn't
him
try and
again,
kill
but-
him. And so, yeah, I mean, we'll listen to it. He was sort of
Okay.
just getting into his stride, talking about movies, and then something happened. So, yeah, let's listen to that. All right, how are you, Quentin? Everything all right?
Oh, I couldn't be happier.
Oh, good. So I really loved your latest movie, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Can you give our listeners like a brief summary of the plot in case they haven't seen it?
Where this happens, and this happens, and this happens, and this happens, and that happens.
How do you get on at parties?
I am responsible for people talking about slavery.
Oh wow, that must make things a little bit depressing for everyone.
You know, that what you're saying is not correct.
No? It just seems to me that a party is more fun when the guests are talking about, I don't know, say Love Island or balsamic vinegar, anything really rather than slavery.
God, I've always wanted to explore slavery.
I mean, I don't think you would, Quentin. I think it's largely considered to be, well, not to put too fine a point on it, fucking awful. I mean, would it be a sexual thing?
Yes, that would be the reason to do it.
Does you talking about slavery go down well at parties?
It's a subject people are afraid to talk about.
I don't think it's fear. It's probably that it's just a bit inappropriate for the setting. I mean, people don't talk about farting either, but...
People aren't afraid to talk about it. People are talking about it.
Well, not at parties. I mean, at least none I've been to as an adult. I mean, you wouldn't discuss rape either.
I don't think there's any rape going on.
Well, no, I'm not implying rape happens at parties. I mean, look, you're twisting my words. You're twisting my words a bit there. Let's talk about films. So, you're a filmmaker, after all. We're discussing 1994's Street Fighter this week. What do you think of that film?
Yeah, well, it's a movie.
Well, yeah, I know that. Do you like it?
I think it's good cinema. I consider it good cinema.
I'm surprised to hear you say that. What drives someone to make a film like Street Fighter besides money?
I don't know. It's like asking Judd Apatow, why do you like making comedy?
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I farted really loudly. Oh, that's so rude of me. Oh, you look upset. I mean, this kind of proves my point, though, doesn't it, about not talking about farting?
Like that, I'm not biting. I refuse your question.
But we are talking about farting.
Yeah, and I don't want to.
Why not? Let's talk about farting if you think it's appropriate.
It's none of your damn business what I think about that. I don't want to talk about what you want to talk about. And the reason I don't want to talk about it is because I've said everything I have to say about it.
It is my business. What if I just like sat up like this, pulled my ass cheeks apart, and did a big fart out of my big fat butt right now?
No, and I'm shutting your butt down.
Censorship? I thought you hated censorship. Are you censoring my butt?
I invite you to explore some serious things.
Don't change the subject. If you think it's appropriate to talk about slavery at a party, to talk about farting and stupid stuff, then...
And I'm shutting you down.
Why won't you fart if you love it so much? Go on, fart.
I just refuse to repeat myself over and over again for you and your show.
What show?
For your show. This show, right here, right now.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, I got distracted by that fart. Look, just fart, Quentin. It looks like it'd do you good. Don't shake your head, this is a podcast. Go on, why won't you fart?
Because I don't want to, because I've done it already.
Well, that's all we've got time for, so fuck off. Have you enjoyed yourself?
It's been fantastic. Thank you.
Well, that was Quentin in the car there.
Yeah, he seemed very upset.
He was, as I say, he was just sort of about to talk in depth about film and things like that, and then I farted, and it got him really upset.
I know.
Yeah.
It was a bit rude, though. I'm not gonna lie.
It was really loud as well, and it was a bit wet, and it probably was quite smelly, and yeah, I just kind of ruined my chance to interview Quentin Tarantino properly.
Yeah.
It's like
you should be ashamed of yourself.
Yeah, he's like one of my heroes. And then because I'd shit in the Uber, I couldn't do any more jobs for the day, so I didn't even get
dry clean.
Didn't even get any money. So
did he give you a negative?
Yeah, my rating's like -5 now. And yeah, Uber got in touch and said you can't soil yourself whilst driving. So yeah, that's I can't use Uber anymore to scratch together some money.
Oopsies.
I'll have to think of some other strategies for avoiding no-deal Brexit this week.
Okay.
Alright, well, see if I come into contact with any more movie stars. Or directors.
Let's hope not.
Well, let's hope my bum behaves itself if we do. So, as I mentioned in the interview with Quentin, this week we watched 1994's excellent adaptation of a video game, Street Fighter.
See, no, I really like Street Fighter. I like playing it because I always beat you.
It's a superb game, yes.
Especially on like the old console.
Yeah, it was on
I
the...
normally beat you.
It was on the Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
But whenever we've played it together, we've played on an arcade machine.
Yeah.
And I'm not very good at arcades.
Why?
Because I'm used to a controller.
Yeah, but you just press the buttons. It's no different.
Whenever we play fighting games on our SNES, or what we got, a Mega Drive, haven't we? An old Mega Drive. I whoop your ass
No,
at
you
that.
don't. Not always.
Sometimes I let you win.
Behave yourself. You always beat me at that stupid game, Tetris, whatever it's called.
Dr. Sonic or whatever.
No, the one
Dr.
with
Robotnik's bean machine.
Yeah, the bean machine. So frustrating.
Well, anyway, as we're not talking about video games today, we're talking about the excellent movie adaptation.
So what did Rotten Tomatoes say about it?
It's not got a great score on Rotten Tomatoes.
No.
It's got 11% with critics and 20% with audiences, which I think is extremely harsh.
Yeah.
There's a lot to enjoy in Street Fighter.
There is.
Written and directed by Stephen E. D'Souza, who, right, the only film he's directed is Street Fighter, and that's probably with good reason. But however, he wrote Die Hard 1, Die Hard 2, Commando, Judge Dredd, Backdraft, Hudson Hawk, and 48 Hours.
Oh, yeah.
And Beverly Hills Cop 3.
I like Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah. He's like obviously a good writer of action movies.
Yeah.
Not a great director,
No.
I will say. There's not a lot of merit in the direction of this film. But again, good writer. The story's good. There's a lot of good characters and exciting things happening. Yeah. But yeah, he's not a good director. However, the film made $165 million profit from home TV and
That's
cinema
not bad,
releases.
is it?
You will always be asked to do more work if you make the studio lots of money. And that's what this guy did. And continued to write good movies for the
Well, it does seem
rest
like
of his
that,
life.
doesn't it?
He's been a TV director for up until quite recently as well. So that's what I mean. You make money, you get more work. People keep going, oh, why do they keep letting Kevin Smith make films? They're all shit. Kevin Smith films make money. That's why Kevin Smith still makes movies.
What movies does he make?
Clerks originally, and then Clerks 2, Jay and Silent Bob, and More Rats, and loads of other good movies. I
haven't seen any of them.
Well, maybe we'll get on a Kevin Smith trip.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah. So Raul Julia and Jean-Claude Van Damme are the main attraction here.
They are.
Their pay took up a significant part of the film's budget.
Oh, did it?
Yeah. Kylie Minogue's in it. She was only casting.
Does she not get paid loads of money to be in it?
I don't think she did, because she was like not a pop megastar at this time. She was
but
pretty famous.
Pretty famous,
yeah,
wasn't she?
She was doing all right. I think she'd had Spinning Around out by then, and The Locomotion, things like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so she was doing okay. But she was only cast due to a part of a deal with the Australian Film Board.
Oh, yeah, because it was all filmed there, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was all filmed in Australia, so they said, you've got to have at least one Australian actor.
Yeah.
So they cast her as Sergeant Cammy, which was the only role that hadn't been cast, and was probably going to be a man.
But that's all right. I think she does it justice.
Although they cast an Australian actor, I noticed that she's playing a British person the entire way through.
Well, she tries. Her accent's a bit.
She's got a terrible British accent, but she's got a British flag on her uniform.
I
the entire way. It was like, why don't you just put an Australian flag on?
Yeah.
It's like she's playing a UN
soldier. She can just
soldier.
go like, "All right, mate."
Yeah. Well, she could just done her normal accent.
Yeah.
Don't give Kylie too much to do. She's not a great actress.
A good singer, though.
She's a fantastic singer. She's quite rightly Queen of Pop.
She is the Queen of Pop.
You can't knock Kylie. It was Raul Julia's last film before his death. Very sad.
Oh, yeah. I like him in The Addams Family.
Yeah, he is the best. One of the best things in The Addams Family. Him and Wednesday are my favourites.
Yeah, she's good in it.
Yeah, she's brilliant. He was about the only thing critics were kind to in the film. They said his performance was very good, and I agree. He's like Alan Rickman levels of brilliance there.
Oh, yeah.
Alan Rickman in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
Oh,
levels
yeah, he is good.
Of camp. Yeah, he's out there chewing the scenery. His eyes are popping out. He's everywhere.
Literally popping out.
He plays General M. Bison.
Yeah, he does, yeah.
Is very, very good. yeah, the film was hated by fans of the games because,
Oh, really?
well, I can kind of see their point, right? If you're going to make a Street Fighter film, you'd make like something like Kickboxer, where there's like a fighting tournament. That would have made more sense than the very convoluted plot that's involved.
Oh my god, yeah.
We'll get to that in a minute. And yeah, film critics thought it was garbage.
I thought it was alright.
Yeah, I love it. It's one of my favourite cheesy movies, I'd say.
Yeah, it's alright, I think. I don't think it's like the best film I've ever seen, but
No.
it's definitely alright.
We'll get to your thoughts on it shortly. But firstly, Fran, can you describe the plot of Street Fighter?
Oh my god, there's like 5 plots. Okay, so the bad man, what's his name?
General M. Bison.
Bison, Mr. Bison,
Senor Bison.
decides to create some sort of mall.
That's essentially the plot, yeah.
It's like a mall though, isn't
That's
it?
one of his plans.
Because he said, I want a big area for people to eat in.
It's a bigger food court, yeah.
Yeah. So he wants to build a mall. Also, he wants to have $20 million.
Billion.
Billion dollars put into a bank account, a Swiss bank account.
Yeah. Swiss banks will just hold your money even if you're threatening to murder 63 people.
And he's got loads of hostages, hasn't he? He goes and gets them, doesn't he? So that's his second one.
Mm-hmm.
And then
I mean, he wants the money to build
the mall.
We'll get to that later. Carry on with your description.
And I think there's also like rival gangs going on because there's some sort of Street Fighter fight going on.
Well, yeah, you have to have that.
Yeah. And then there's also what else was there? They were all just like intermingled, really.
Bison does have a lot of plans.
Yeah, I can't remember the rest of them. Basically, he just wants to create a mall and have $20 billion.
Yeah.
But he wants it to be in his own money with his face on it.
Well, that was one of his later on plans.
Yeah, that was another plan.
Yeah, we'll get to that. Well, so what happens? So that's Bison's plan. How do they stop Bison's plan?
So they all go to this place where he's got these, not refugees,
Hostages.
hostages.
Yeah.
And they all try and save him. But he's also creating like this mad creature.
Bison's got a lot going on.
I know.
He's a very busy man. Yeah.
He's creating this mega green, crazy vampire teeth villain who's going to attack people. And he has a doctor doing it. But the doctor changes his mind and makes him more good than bad, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
And his friend's going to come save him, Mr. Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah. And
he's apparently the general of an army.
Well, army's stretching how many troops he's got. Yeah.
Probably got about 40.
In fairness, right, his rank is colonel, and he's got about as many troops as a colonel would have. Yeah. Oh, that's pretty good. Normally, Hollywood doesn't really understand how the military works.
He's got a lot of plot, and then they're going to try and save these hostages.
And they succeed.
They do succeed.
And a good time was had by all.
Yes.
Lots of excitement, lots of explosions.
Oh yeah, there's also some sort of half plot where the Chinese or Japanese lady, isn't it? The reporter.
Asian descent. I assume Japanese.
And she's ended up somehow being in this place where these hostages are. I wasn't quite sure how that happened.
Well, she's playing Chun-Li, a character from the game, and there was a film that came out many years later called Street Fighter: The Rise of Chun-Li, which was apparently almost as bad as Street Fighter. It's one of those terrible films.
I'm not surprised.
And I think that was set in either Korea or Hong Kong, so it's very unclear where Chun-Li is from.
Yeah, wherever she's from, she's gorgeous.
She is beautiful, yeah.
And I think that would probably be the end of
That's pretty much the plot, yeah.
Plotting.
Yeah, so what are some of your highlights of the film? So I've written a lot down on my notebook here.
So my favourite highlight was when he got the Bison Man, the evil dude, got changed into a robe and changed his hat. I'll just put on my night hat now.
Yeah. So would you say that was your favourite part?
Oh, yeah, probably.
Okay. We'll discuss Bison's sex hat in a short while.
He like drives around in his little spaceship.
He's got a little,
I would call it a spaceship.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was also very good.
some of the things I liked was the name of the fictional country it takes place in. It was called Shadaloo.
Oh.
If I had a country...
Shagaloof.
Yeah, I thought they'd said Shagaloof. I didn't know it all took place in Magaluf.
I know.
Yeah.
Shagaloof.
You were right to bring up M. Bison's moving platform. Because his control centre's like not a very big room, but he's got this floating platform he uses to float around the room. He could just walk.
Yeah, I know. But you couldn't walk up, like, to the roof bit.
Yeah, but you could have an elevator.
He does a lot of, like, where he's, like, the person who needs to be looked at from below.
Yes, this is true. Yeah, he does a lot of standing up, giving big speeches.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you wouldn't expect Hitler to just wander around his bunker, would you?
No, I'd expect him to go on a little spaceship.
If the technology had existed, Hitler definitely would have had a little floating...
I'd probably have less metal work and more
He needed all these
monitors,
though, didn't he?
Yeah, but you could, like, laminate it. You can have some laminator.
some walnut dash. Like Patrick Swayze's car. Yes, I'd have enjoyed that.
With some pink fluffy keys.
Yes. Yeah.
See, I could have... I also liked it when he made her a drink.
Yeah.
And it had
He's got all merch.
His hat symbol as the little stir is.
Yeah.
I thought that was brilliant.
I liked the part where they were having a staff meeting at the headquarters of the UN, and then a man comes in to serve them drinks, and then leaps up really far away from Jean-Claude Van Damme, and then lunges at him with a knife, which gives Jean-Claude Van Damme enough time to kick him in the face.
Tell everyone about the map.
Which bit? What bit of the map? Where he's discussing his battle plans.
Yeah, go on, do the battle plan.
So Jean-Claude Van Damme has a map and he's about to brief his troops about attack plans. And he's like, I'm going to come around the side in my stealth boat.
Yeah.
Which stealth boat is pretty awesome.
It is pretty cool.
But then he just sort of goes, and the true rest of you will come from the north. Just like waves his hand at the map.
Yeah, from the north.
Just come from the north.
From the ceiling to the bottom.
And everyone knows the top of a map
is the north.
Is the north. It depends which way you're looking at the map. I assumed that he'd orientated it to the ground.
You would have thought so, but I doubt it.
Yeah. He's the kind of general, well, kind of colonel, isn't it? Yeah, colonels make mistakes. And that might explain why they arrived a bit too late, all the troops.
Well, yeah. They were struggling. And
they might have come from the south. Oh, shit, we've come the wrong direction.
The wrong way.
Yeah. Anyway. He fakes his own death, which was...
Well, the two little dudes shoot him, don't they?
But
fake shoot him.
When he fakes his own death, Chun-Li breaks into his headquarters to find out what's going on. And then when she comes into the morgue to, like, photograph his body or something...
Oh, yeah, he stands up,
He, like, leaps out of his body bag. So how long had he been laying there?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe he needed to wake up. Maybe they gave him a sleeping pill.
Yeah, it's very strange. I mean, would he go, well, maybe someone's going to sneak in here. I best just lay here under my sheet. And if anyone comes in, I'll jump up and scare them.
No, I reckon they drugged him.
It's not specified in the film, though.
No. It's a bit of a plot hole there.
There is. Well, I just like to think he's some sort of pervert. I thought someone was going to come in and, like, try and autopsy him. And then he'd jump up and scare him. Maybe it was like a prank. Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I think he was just waiting for her to come in the set.
Maybe. The movie needed that scene, so that's why he had to lay there for hours and hours.
Definitely.
There was a magic show.
Oh, yeah, with Chun-Li.
Yeah, Chun-Li sneaks into, like, an arms bazaar with her friends to perform a magic show. As cover to put some explosives on some weapons.
Yeah.
How many arms sales in the desert do you think have magic shows?
Maybe not many.
I like to think all of them. Like, if I was going to go and sell a gun to, like,
what
someone...
was that other film we watched where he was selling guns?
It was very like Ishtar. Yeah, it really
Ishtar.
reminded me of Ishtar. When Dustin Hoffman would turn up and start going,
do you want to buy these?
I like to think that when, like, people in London, like the gangs, are, like, selling each other guns in alleys, one of them go, all right, blood, here's the gun. Pick a card, any card. So all gun sales have to have some element of magic show.
Oh, you picked a king, you could have one free.
Oh, you picked an ace, you get a free Uzi. That's just how I like to imagine the
that's
international
how I
arms
imagine
sales.
it,
But if you bought Brazil bought an aircraft carrier off Britain not long ago.
Oh yeah.
Imagine the magic show they would have got. They've got like Darren Brown doing.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to go see. Not Darren Brown. The other one.
Darren Brown. You're thinking of David Blaine. You're going to see Darren Brown.
Are we? Okay, I keep
I'm
getting
not.
these mixed up.
I'm not coming. This is a plan you've made
I
independently.
know, independently.
Because I think magic shows are shit.
I'm just going to sit there drinking and hopefully it'll all go away.
I want you to get hypnotised by Darren Brown.
Why? It doesn't work, does it?
I think it does.
Oh, I don't know.
Hypnotism does work. On some people. There's some people that can't be hypnotised, can't they? Like in The Demon Head Master. Did you ever used to watch that?
No.
I might have to try and find The Demon Head Master for you.
Yeah, maybe not.
That was a wicked film.
No,
well, it's
I've
a TV series.
I've had my fill of horrors, thanks.
It's not a horror. It's for children.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anyway, it's enough about The Demon Head Master. So, the many plots of General M. Bison.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, we tried to boil down some of his evil plots. So, one of his evil plots was that he wanted to create a super soldier, an army of super soldiers.
Oh, yeah.
To take over the world. Pretty straightforward bad guy stuff. He also wanted to build a city called Bisonville, like the mall, like you said, because he wanted a food court and everything, and it was shaped like a big skull from above.
It was shaped like his hat symbol.
Yeah. And we saw his plans for Bisonville.
Yeah.
He wanted to take over Shadaloo. That was very important to him.
Yeah, Shagaloof,
Yeah. He wanted to defeat the entire United Nations.
Oh, God. That's too many plots.
Kill Colonel Guile. But one of his other plots was that he wanted to kidnap the Queen of England, of Britain, and force Britain to value his own currency at £5 British to the bison dollar.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's very high
exactly.
opinion of his bison dollar there.
Yeah. I mean, traditionally, the British pound is usually one of the stronger currencies in the world.
Well, usually. Let's not get into that.
Still is, sort of. That was a lot of plots, I thought.
Yeah.
Bison's a busy guy. He's got a lot going on. You can see why he would perhaps need to unwind in his own personal space.
Yeah.
With many hats. So he captures Chun-Li, the beautiful Chun-Li, and he thinks, she does hate me. I did kill her entire family.
Yes.
And she does want to kill me. But if I handcuff her...
Then she won't.
She won't, and I'll let her give her a nice dress and let her into my.
And make her a mojito. Well, I don't know. What did he make her? Maybe a Cosmo.
He made us some sort of drink, but
red.
as you said, it had a cocktail stirrer with his own personal logo on the top. M. Bison had merch.
He did. I would buy some of that merch.
I would. I reckon it's probably for sale somewhere.
You reckon?
I really want one of his many hats. He's got like a big hat rack.
I know he's got about 10 hats.
And he has got like he's got like a seduction hat.
I bet he's got a tweed hat too.
Oh yeah, for like walking around London.
Yeah.
Yeah. It would still have his
when he stole the
big
Queen.
cat badge on it. Well, yeah, he'd need tweed for that. And he's got like slippers with his logo on.
Yeah.
And a dressing gown. He looks very like Gomez Adams in his dressing gown. Yeah. His seduction attempt doesn't work because Chun-Li obviously hates him and wants him to be killed. So, but he did his best. He made her a drink and stuff.
He did.
And there's a picture of him on a horse.
But she beats him up, doesn't she?
She does, but then he escapes into his little escape room.
Oh yeah.
And gasses everybody. Yeah. We've talked about how good Jean-Claude Van Damme's stealth boat is.
Yeah, that is amazing.
It's a pretty cool boat.
If I could have a stealth boat, I'd want one. Yeah. But I'd want one in purple.
Although Colonel Guile had written his own name on the boat, so like no one else could have a go.
Oh yeah,
he claimed it.
I saw that.
Written Colonel Guile on the boat.
But he is a colonel. Maybe he's.
But he shouldn't have his own toys. Really, a colonel should be quite far back from the action, like directing things.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, he shouldn't be like. But that's maybe why he wanted a stealth boat, so he could like not be seen on the battlefield.
Yeah, could be.
Like his command centre.
Yeah.
Yeah. Simon Callow, the great Shakespearean British actor, turns up.
Oh yeah, the guy from Room with a View and all that.
If you're not familiar with his work, he's the guy from Four Wednesdays at a Funeral.
Yes, I like him in that.
He's very good in that. We talked about M. Bison's sex hat. Also, the mouse arrows in his command centre.
Oh yeah, whenever they use a mouse on a computer.
It's also got his logo on.
The little logo.
I really liked that.
I like that. That's very clever.
He's got an arcade machine that he uses to control his mind in his river.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and that's on his little floating platform.
Loads of stuff.
Yeah. I liked when E. Honda was fighting Zangief, the big Russian man.
Oh yeah.
Fighting a sumo wrestler. They ended up fighting on top of his model of Bisonville.
Oh yeah,
when that was happening, they were playing Godzilla noises over the top of it.
That was very good.
Yeah, I enjoyed
very
that
ingenious.
little touch. Yeah. But also, another lovely touch, as any movie from this area should have, if you're going to have a giant screen, it's got to be made up of multiple tiny televisions. Yes. Just like in Tango and Cash.
Yes.
But his screen was even bigger.
I know, it was amazing.
That's how things should be.
That's how you should watch TV, I think, sometimes.
I'd love that, like multiple tellies. But
I think it would give you a headache, though.
Well, it gives you a headache looking at it. I remember the massive one in the Topshop that used to fascinate me as a child.
Oh, yeah.
It did give you a bit of a headache.
So what, your mum used to leave you there watching the telly? And
Pretty
she used
much,
to go shopping?
yeah. She used to go looking round.
Did she, make you sit on the floor?
No, it was, back in the day, right, that big Topshop in Oxford Street was it was like a giant shopping centre. There was all sorts going on. There was so much to look at. There was like a DJ.
Topshop now only caters for children of the ages of 8 and 12.
Yeah, and people who don't have any body. Yeah. My final thing I noticed was in the wiring in General M. Bison's base was very dodgy, because if someone bumped into a machine, it would immediately explode and spark. Yeah.
Actually, I did like it when Jean-Claude Van Damme killed him, and his suit did some chest compressions, gave him an electric shock.
It's like RoboCop.
And gave him adrenaline.
Yeah.
Well done, that. That is some superb...
Imagine if everyone had that.
Oh yeah, it'd be amazing.
If everyone with a heart condition could have a suit that they could wear that would give them...
It's called a pacemaker, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but it doesn't give you adrenaline, does it?
No,
it'll give you chest compressions.
It shocks your heart back into rhythm. This keeps people normal.
Yeah, it's not as good as his suit, though, is it?
No.
Plus, he could fly by the end of it.
I know. What was that all about?
He said electromagnets. I would have used that power immediately.
I know.
Not after I'd already been defeated.
Yeah, he did cheat, to be fair. He said, I'm going to fight you normally.
Oh, that was why. Yeah, he wanted a fair fight, but then he lost, so he started cheating after
then he cheated. Yeah. Cheater.
Well, that's fair enough. You've got to win. He wants to kidnap the... He's got a lot going on. Can't just slink off defeated.
To be honest, with the list of stuff he had to do, he didn't even achieve any of it. He did steal the hostages.
Yeah, he got pretty close to getting his $20 billion, and he would have, I assumed, used that to build his city and take over the country and defeat the UN.
Yeah.
So then he only had one plan left, which was kidnap the Queen. Yeah.
That's not too bad, is it?
No. I mean, after he'd completed this bit, he would have been just one job. That could have been like the second movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they should have let him win, really. It would have been more exciting. No? Anyway. That's enough of that.
Yes.
What was your favourite part?
I thought we've already done this.
So was your favourite part the sex hat?
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, that means I've got to pick a different favourite part.
No. Or I can have the bit where he goes, this is North.
Just his briefing. I did enjoy that bit. Although
the briefing was very funny.
I think Magic Show at the Arms Fair was also very exciting.
Okay.
And unexpected. Yeah. So that was my favourite part. Who's your favourite character?
Oh, Mr. Bison.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
There really is no question.
He's so funny,
General
isn't he?
Bison is amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, I know he's a baddie, but he plays a baddie really well.
The best character in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves is the baddie.
I know. He's so funny, isn't he?
Yeah. It's fine to like the villain more. Especially when the fucking hero is Jean-Claude Van Damme.
I know.
Personality vacuum. Yeah. Yeah, he's very dull. He's
I will do this, yes.
Yeah, he doesn't deliver his lines very well. But he's very good at, spinning kicks.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. And somersaulting.
Doing the splits and stuff. So, yeah, he's all right there. Crucial question. Is it better than Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves?
Hell no. Literally, you were probably, I would say, 45%.
Oh, that's quite good still.
What was the highest one we ever got?
Tango and Cash got to 75.
Yeah.
Yeah.
45. It had good bits. It had funny bits, but there was no real romance.
This is the thing. Action movies shouldn't have romance. That's why Prince of Thieves is so long. Because you got all that shit. I just want to see
that shit.
I just want to see people getting shot with arrows.
No.
I know you've got to have Maid Marian in Robin Hood, but
there will never ever be anyone who can fill Snape's shoes.
I don't know. I think General M. Bison comes pretty close to Alan Rickman in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
Not a chance.
I think he does.
He just says, "I'm going to shoot you now."
No, he makes lots of like big speeches. He's got a lot to do.
Pizzazz, has he?
He is excellent. The film is carried by his performance.
Yeah, I would say without him, the film.
Oh God, if he'd been bad, it would have been unwatchable.
Yeah.
No one else is good in it.
No.
Chun-Li's all right.
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
alright.
she's not got a lot to do except like flip about a bit and that.
But no, 45% max.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose really a film led by Jean-Claude Van Damme isn't going to do better than one with Kevin Costner, Alan Rickman, Morgan Freeman, and Christian Slater.
No.
Yeah, I probably should have seen that
Just
coming.
keep looking, babes.
I need to find one with like an all-star cast.
Yeah, but you got to use B movies.
Face Off, I think, next.
I've seen Face Off.
Doesn't matter. Have you watched it with me explaining why it's so good to you?
No.
No, we'll look forward to that.
I'm excited.
Might be Face Off next week. Might be another poll.
I'm not excited.
I'll put Face Off on a poll with some other stuff.
Yeah, but do a poll. I like a poll.
We'll have a poll again.
I'm going to vote loads of times.
No, you can't. You have to create multiple Twitter accounts. You're not going to bot me.
No.
Like a Russian. Yeah.
I wish I could.
Well, as exciting as Street Fighter was, I have failed in my quest again.
You have. But who we're going to
This leaves me with... I mean, I would say it's been a quiet week in history, but in history actually it was quite an eventful week, but everything that happened was really tragic.
Awful.
Including 9/11, and our thoughts and prayers will always remain with the people that died in that incident. And we'll obviously not be making light of it.
No.
So I've had to look around for some other people to call in history. So on this day in history, well, over this weekend anyway, in 1944, the singer Barry White was born. So I thought it would be fun to call Barry White's father Marco Pierre.
Is that what his name is?
No, of course not.
Oh.
But I don't know what his dad's name is. But I'm going to call him Marco Pierre. And we're going to see the kind of future that his dad thought young Barry would have in 1944. Obviously, we know Barry White.
Very, very
excellent
talented
singer,
musician.
lover, dancer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's give Marco Pierre White a
call.
Okay. Let's fire up that time phone.
Can we not just call him Barry White Sr.?
Well, that might not be his name.
Oh, okay.
So we're going to call him Marco Pierre.
Okay.
Alright. Okay, let's fire up that time phone.
Okay.
How you doing, baby?
Oh, hello. Is that Marco Pierre?
That's what some people call me, yeah.
What's your official title then?
My official title is Lover of Galveston.
Okay. How are you doing today, Marco Pierre?
I'm real good, baby. Finally, Marco has a son. The whole of Galveston, Texas will be relieved by this very wonderful news.
Oh, how exciting. How will they be relived?
I don't think I fully understood that question, my love.
Oh, why will they be relieved?
Galveston will be relieved. Let's just say I've made something of a deal with this town. I told every man and every woman that Marco will be spreading his love throughout the town, putting his love into every hot-blooded woman until one of them bore me a son to carry my legacy through the ages. Most of the men in this town was sick of me loving their sweethearts while they were at work. Most men in this town have witnessed me diving out of their bedroom windows in my leopard skin drawers, clutching my pants in one hand and tucking my erection into my waistband with the other. The lady folk, too, were tired of long, hot, sweaty nights with Marco, And when young Barry was finally born, a giant, beautiful 18-pound baby glistening like a newly crafted bowling ball, the whole town drifted into a final, contented slumber.
Wow. Oh my gosh. 18 pounds is heavy for a baby, isn't it?
Well, Barry is indeed a large boy, but it's not out of the ordinary in the White family. When you consider that each of my testicles weighs 9 pounds each, it's not that surprising. It's not unusual for my ejaculate to leave a milk bottle full to the brim with my essence.
Oh gosh. Does Barry have strong lungs? Is he a good crier?
His crying is like the sound of a sexy angel making love to the world from the heavens. When he demands milk, it's like this. My milk, give me some milk. Or it might go, I can't get enough of your milk. I can't get enough of your milk.
Wow. What do you think Barry will do with his future life?
Well, if you must know, I think Barry will follow in his father's footsteps. He might not go down in the history of America, but he'll be well known here in Galveston for bringing love to the ladies of the town. To pay his bills, he'll probably provide many of the services that I have provided the town over the years. Window cleaner, plumber, milkman, pizza delivery man, door-to-door salesman, Sky TV installer, meter reader, international spy, and third chair violin for the London Symphony Orchestra.
Wow, that's quite a lot of jobs. Okay, thanks, Marco Pierre. Good luck with Barry.
You want to see my junk?
All right, let's just cut off the call there. Oh, he's made an inappropriate comment there. He was very sexual, man, wasn't he?
No.
Yeah, I can see where Barry...
I wonder how many other Barry Whites there are out there.
Oh, I don't know if he named them all Barry, but... Well, he said he was just going to keep making love to the women of the town until someone bore him a son, and then I assume he would stop.
What about all the girls, maybe, that he might have...
Well, you didn't bring that up in the call. you failed in your journalism role there. You should have followed up and asked him if he had any female children.
Yeah.
I don't know. He seemed like the kind of man who had a lot of...
I don't think he understood how a telephone call worked either, because I can't see his junk.
Yes, true. Yes. But maybe we didn't actually explain that we were from the future.
No.
So he might have thought you were calling from his own time.
The straw hut next door. Yeah.
Straw hut? He lived in Galveston, Texas.
Oh, right, yeah.
I wouldn't live in a hut.
No.
Well, I don't know. They might have done. He might have been driven to the edge of town because
with spikes and
flaming torches. It sounded like he was a bit of a sex pest. Yeah,
get in that lake
to live in a swamp. He'd come out to do all the different jobs he'd done. Yeah, he did a lot, but mostly, like jobs that involve bothering women who were at home in the day. Yeah. Anyway, well, it was fun to talk to Marco Pierre. It was. Yeah. He never seemed to think that Barry would be a singer.
No.
But those are big dreams.
He was a singer, though.
Barry was.
Yeah.
I quite like Marco's voice.
Yeah,
he was singing some nice little ditties about milk. Yeah.
Milk.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to sing, my milkshake brings all the boys to the yard.
I wish I thought of that. Anyway, that's enough nonsense for this week.
Yes. You've got to go get ready.
We're going to go out and eat some steak. And it's going to be good. So don't forget our contact info. You can talk to us on Twitter at RobinHoodPod, on Instagram at RobinHoodPod.
And I'm also on Instagram if you want to say hello.
What's your contact details on Instagram?
Francis Langhelt.
Francis Langhelt. How's Langhelt spelled?
Langhelt. Yeah.
Yeah. And if you want to email me, maybe suggest a movie for us to watch, and if you know who the Countess of Wessex is,
I do know who she is, but I can't remember her name.
Then it's Pete Langhelt, Langhelt being spelt Lang.
Hert.
And that's at gmail.com. So you can send all that to there. And a little bit more admin before we go.
30, isn't it? Pete Langhelt 30.
It is Pete Langhelt 30. It's not just Pete Langhelt. I'm not that important. Apparently I'm the 30th Pete Langhelt in the world.
Oh, wow. That's quite good.
I want to get us all together. If you're named Pete Langhelt and you're listening to this, please do get in contact at petelanghelt30 at gmail.com. Yeah, and a little bit more admin. We've been putting out the new episodes on all the platforms. We're slowly getting around to getting Better Than Robin Hood on Apple Podcasts and everywhere. But in the meantime, I have been putting it out through the Pete and Fran podcast because that is on all platforms.
Yes.
So we have done that as well. We won't be doing that forever. Probably only until it's been podcast of the week in November on Podbean.
Oh, yeah.
So that'll get us hopefully get us some new listeners. So yeah, make sure that you listen in and subscribe to the podcast under the new name Better Than Robin Hood. If you if you only listen to podcasts on Podbean, Better Than Robin Hood is now on Podbean as well.
Yes.
So don't forget to subscribe to that. That's mainly because we can do it all for free on Anchor, whereas Podbean makes us pay money.
Yes.
Yeah, which we don't like doing because we don't get paid for doing this.
No.
So I'm fucked if I'm spending money on it. But yeah, Better Than Robin Hood is obviously now on Anchor, Castbox, Podbean, SoundCloud, Stitcher, and many other platforms.
Yes.
We're nearly at the Apple, nearly there.
Oh, God.
Nearly on. They're very difficult to deal with. And once it's on Apple, it'll go on Podcoin and all the other places.
Okay.
So if you're still listening via the Pete and Fran podcast, try and find it somewhere else.
Yes.
Because it won't be up on the Pete and Fran podcast forever.
No.
So we'll list all the platforms Better Than Robin Hood is available on next week, and hopefully it'll be on Apple. Next week will be another cracking 80s or 90s action movie.
Yes.
We don't know what it is yet. We'll probably do another poll.
I think I should pick one this time.
You want to pick one?
Yes.
Still haven't done Ice Sharks.
No, I meant I'll pick an 80s film.
Okay. Do you not want to do Ice Sharks?
Yeah, I'll put Ice Sharks in. Then I can pick two.
You can put it in the poll, yeah.
Yeah.
You pick two, I'll pick two.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so stay glued to Twitter. Robin Hood Pod. There'll be a poll on there.
Yes.
All right. Big thank you to all our listeners. We've had some nice feedback this week, and we're really happy that some of the listeners from the Pete and Fran podcast have stayed with us and come across.
Thank you very much.
Whoever our mystery listener in Michigan is, they're sticking in.
Oh, wow.
They're in for the long haul. Yeah, we'd love to hear from you.
Thank you very much.
You hear our contact details every week. We would love to know who you are and what you're about.
If you want to share that, you don't have to.
You don't have to, but you definitely would get whatever movie you suggested. We would mention your name, and we've definitely watched the movie you suggested. Yeah. So please do get in contact. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks for all the feedback. We love you very much.
Ta-da.
Goodbye for this week. Bye. 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 Bye.